All right, hello. Are we live? Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello.
Having some technical difficulties waking the computer up from its deep 1,000-year slumber. But we're back again. I was playing some music.
Yes, I heard. It sounded English.
No, that's my friend Bruce with his band Charm World, Bruce and Cynthia, or CL, as we call her, if she likes to be known.
Wait, isn't Cynthia in the Seagulls?
No, Cynthia is in Charm World. You're thinking of Jerry in the Seagulls.
Okay.
All right.
Morning.
Today,
welcome back.
We're going to do painting.
Oh God!
Because I went to see. Ooh, everything's falling down. Went to see our mutual friend George Webber. Do you know George?
I'm terrible at names. Are we going to talk about the art battle that we talked about last night offline?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have an underdrawing, do you?
Well, what I have is a lot of canvases. These are just little practice canvas panels that I bought a while ago. In art battle, you have to draw a drawing in 20 minutes. I'm not even awake yet.
Yeah, I know.
So this is good practice.
Why don't you tell the audience what art battle is and where it happens?
Now, art battle, I'll actually have to do something. If I get selected, I put my name down. You have to do something that's a bit bigger, probably even bigger than that, really. But this will do for starters, because this is all I have. Let's turn the camera on here.
And that's a canvas panel, right?
This is a canvas panel.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know what a canvas panel is, the canvas panel, rather than a fabric canvas stretched over wooden stretcher bars, is canvas over a piece of cardboard, and then it's been primed, usually with acrylic gesso. So it's receptive to both acrylics and oil paint.
That's a very handy description there.
Yeah.
Can you say it again? Sorry, actually, wait, because I don't really know that. Wait, tell me.
Traditionally, an artist canvas is cotton or linen stretched over a wooden frame, which the frame is typically made of something called stretcher bars.
Yes.
And then the fabric is primed with some sort of surface, usually artist gesso. The most popular gesso now is acrylic gesso, which is a type of acrylic paint.
Have you got a cold?
No, do I sound
sneezing?
bad?
You keep sneezing.
I'm not sneezing.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Continue. What were you saying?
So the artist gesso
is
a receptive surface for acrylic paints and oil paints. And it's kind of waterproof. So the stuff you normally use, inks, are not going to work too well on it.
No.
So what are you going to use on them today?
I'm going to use actual acrylic paints. I just realized I put this in the wrong place because that was too low down.
Okay. Now, last night we talked about using Sharpies or acrylic paint pens. Did you pick up any of those?
I've ordered some, but that we were only thinking about this last night, so they will arrive. So next week I might have some of those. I'm not 100% sure if you're allowed to use those in the art battle. I think you are.
Yeah, you need to read the rules. Why don't you tell us what the art battle is, where it is, what you know about the rules?
So it's an international event that happens all around the world, but in particular, I'm going to try and compete in art, or I'm put my name down to compete in Art Battle San Francisco. Now, there's a video I just put up on the @EarthSpace YouTube channel, which, if you watch that, that'll show you what happens at Art Battle. But we went along to see George Webber. He's a friend of the show. Haven't had him on as a guest. We should have him on as a guest. He's a guy who I met him through the Cartoon Art Museum, does comics and cartoons. And at one point, he used to sort of airbrush T-shirts, and he'd be sort of doing that at the mall, airbrushing T-shirts.
He's a shirt squirter.
He was a shirt squirter, I guess. Yes. When I met him, he was drawing like those ACO cards, those little sort of collector cards. Yep. They were quite popular at one point. I don't know if they're still a thing, but he was drawing those for like $3 a pop. So he can really grind it out. He has characters, Pillow and Lucky. He's had lots of different adventures. So he was up there and competing. Unfortunately, he didn't do as well. I think the time stymied him a bit because he'd like primed his canvas and then it took a while for it to dry. Well, I mean, I think they're already primed like this with whatever you're saying, a tissue. It sounded like you were sneezing. Gesso. Bless you. And
sneezing.
Okay, sounds like you're sneezing.
Gone deaf since you went to England? Are you still hearing things in metric?
I just heard acrylic a tissue. What acrylic? Bless you.
Acrylic gesso.
Gesso. Okay. God. I guess that's what it is. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna try. Like I thought. Well, look, I've been doing those Instagirls drawings. I feel like they would work quite well in that format because they normally only take me about 20 minutes. I do think, you're probably right. I am going to need a paint pen, but I've got paint of various kinds. I'm not well stocked up on my paints at the moment, but I have it. I have a jar of water. I have a mixing platter. I have
a palette.
Models. Well, yeah, palette probably. Yeah, I use my special plate. This is quite good. This plate is perfect, actually. I don't know why they don't make those artist palettes out of this stuff. Probably because you drop them. I would certainly drop it. I do have a palette where you put your finger through it somewhere. All right, so let's have a look. So I need to find. So you are allowed to use like some model reference in this.
There's Tina. Hi, Tina. Howdy. Tina says howdy.
Hi, Tina. All right, saved.
For the kids who don't know, acrylic paint is a paint with a plastic binder. It's kind of like painting with colored Elmer's glue. And it can be either runny, like cream, or it can be thick, like toothpaste. And that all depends on the amount of a filler that's made of plastic.
I think part of the trick is not to get too ambitious with these little drawings.
So what are you going to use as brushes?
George was trying something. He was trying something quite ambitious, I think. And really, in the amount of time he had, he didn't.
Do you have any acrylic brushes?
He's competing, and he wants to compete again. And I'm like, I'm going to compete too. I should have put my name in for the wild card in that one, but I kind of, I was like, I went to see George. I mean, you could say I chickened out, but I didn't want to take the shot, try and compete with George when he's up there. But, but he was kind of up for that. So next time I said, okay, I'm going to put my name down.
Oh, I'm not drinking this morning. I'm drinking Heineken 00, the non-alcoholic beer of champions.
Are you normally drinking at this time on a Saturday morning?
Non-alcoholic beer? Yes.
Really? I mean, I don't understand non-alcoholic beer. I mean, I don't really drink, but I don't know. I suppose it's a drink.
It's nice.
All right.
Also, I had a six-pack of it next to my chair.
I've got some very ancient paints here that just about barely work.
Do you have brushes?
I have some brushes. I have this sort of little spatula thing. Let's see. I don't have a lot of colours because I kind of need my acrylics, not my watercolours. Now, art battle. Oh, look. See, I've got this thing. Ooh, it's going to look funny.
Which I can't see because
it's like this is a disposable palette where you tear off the top sheets.
Yes.
Top sheet look very manky.
those usually don't work very well with wet paints. You need something that has some body on it. Now, do you have tube paints or jar paints?
Okay, I have tube paints and some in jars, but mostly tube paints, I suppose, what I have. I have a case full of golden acrylics here.
Yay, golden.
Some cadmium red.
I'm so old, I remember it before golden.
Now, I've got to figure out, though, how I'm going to start and what I'm doing.
Well, if you were going to use the style that I usually see you draw in, where you do the line work first and then you do a wash, then you're going to have to dry that black paint for the line work with a hairdryer before you start hitting it with a wash.
I think there's no, like on Art Battle, I don't think there's anywhere to plug it in. And I think that's where George lost a load of time. Like by the time he'd finished hair drying his undercoat, which he didn't really dry properly, there was only like 14 minutes left. He wasted a good six minutes on that.
Okay. Then is your work going to be line based like it usually is?
Well, we're going to see. I'm just going to charge right in here like I normally do. I'm actually going to sort of do maybe the background a bit more. Let's see. I'm going to squeeze some colors out on my plate here. I'll show you.
What you may want to do is underdraw in pencil, do the wash work first, and then do the line last.
All right. That makes some sort of sense, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not like I haven't painted in acrylics.
Now, normally they say you shouldn't really paint with black. But there was a lot of people painting with black. Ooh, there's brilliant blue. Where did that come from? Brilliant blue! That sounds very English. Well, I've just got back from England, by the way, in case anyone is interested.
I'm very interested. How was Metric Land?
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking for white, but I can only find iridescent silver. Titanium white. That's the popular one. I think you're not supposed to use white much either, are you?
Well, in illustration, what you're supposed to use is a lot of grays. But I don't know if this is a 20-minute limit. I don't know if this is to be described as painting or just cartooning with paints.
Yeah. So I've got to draw some sort of underdrawing on here. I've left all my pencils in the other room.
Now, do you have a big, thick black Sharpie?
I'd left it in the other room.
Okay. I can see we're prepared for this morning.
This thing's got all wobbly. Oh, no, it's fallen out. Oh, no.
Oh, wow. We've got someone who's offering to promote our channel.
Oh.
I think it's a bot.
What will they give us to promote our channel?
I don't know. Something about the price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Oh, wow. This sounds so exciting.
Does anybody believe those things when they come through?
No.
Why would you want to promote our show?
That's my first. Why we're doing it
to the person applying for this job. All right, so I'm going to. So I've got some reference here. Where am I going to start? All right. What am I using here? I'm using a 2B pencil. All right, that's 2B is an old favorite of mine.
Okay.
I used to use 2Bs a lot.
Why
you know what they say?
Why 2B or not 2B, Chuck?
Yes. 2B is nice and soft.
Do you know why the pencils have different ratings?
I don't know why they call them B and H, other than I suppose H means harder. The higher the number, the higher H, the harder; the higher B, the softer.
Yep.
Um,
Graphite leads in pencils are actually a type of ceramic. The more clay, I think it's clay, that's in it versus graphite, the
wait, I'm
harder
sorry.
the pencil.
I'm going to start the clock over here. Sorry to interrupt you, but we do need a stopwatch start. All right, I'm on the clock this morning.
Okay, so you started the 20-minute clock?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have your gear organized in order to save minutes.
Yes, I'm realizing this.
Yeah. And you're not going to be drawing like this. You're going to be drawing on a larger canvas. You're going to be drawing from your shoulder.
Well, I understand that, but I always draw from my shoulder largely. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm not too worried about the scale thing. I mean, I know it makes somewhat of a difference, but I can draw it at a different scale.
Well, you think you can draw at a different scale. You're going to have to try it.
Well, yes, and I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to, make sure I sort of prep my reference and got a good reference and all this sort of stuff. But for today, I'm just sort of winging it a bit because I just want to see what I can do, just going for the most easiest way I can do it.
Hang on, I'm running out of juice.
You've run out of juice?
I'm running out of juice.
When you say juice, do you mean non-alcoholic Heineken?
No, I didn't plug my computer.
Oh dear. All right. Well, you'll be back in a minute.
I know how to do all this stuff. I used to do technical support. Rule 1, is it plugged in? I'm sorry, not rule 1. Question 1, is it plugged in?
It's slightly different though, because I do like to sort of go right in with my hard pen and do those lines on the paper. So,
well, you could do that, but when you're working as a cartoonist and you're putting down the ink, the drawing ink, which dries waterproof, then you put your washes on.
Yeah.
Acrylic's going to be different. You're going to have to use transparent washes if you're going to work that way. And that line that you put down is going to have to be dry before you do the washes. So either you're putting in the washes first, then the line, or you're going to have to use something like a Sharpie that dries almost instantly, that's not going to be smeared by the acrylic wash.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do like this with the pencil first, and then. But yeah, the trick is I've got to do it super quick.
Okay, is that a hog hairbrush?
Something like that.
Okay. You need to have a bigger brush.
This one's quite big. I mean, yeah, maybe for a bigger canvas I would, yeah, but
yeah, you need a bigger brush
right now. I've got some.
Hey, it's Amber! Amber!
Oh, Amber.
You could also do is washes on tracing paper, put over the top, and complicated the computer later. I don't know what that means.
No computer, Amber. We're doing art battle here. I've got 20 minutes to complete a canvas.
Okay, I need to explain this to Amber. Amber, at midnight last night, Chuck woke me up and told me about this thing in San Francisco, which happens all over the world, I guess.
Yes, they have all over the world.
Artists go up on stage at an easel on a canvas, and they have 20 minutes to do a piece of art on the canvas. And how do they judge it? Is there a panel of judges, or is
no? There are voters.
There
You
are
vote.
voters.
You download the app and you vote for your favorites. Now,
Okay,
there's a
so
slight trick to that though, because there's different voters have different weights.
so it's voted on somehow, and then there's a prize, and then I guess there's also
There's some sort of prize, but
people.
also the art is auctioned off,
The
and
art
a lot
is
of
auctioned
pieces
off.
sold. Yeah.
So Chuck wants to do this, and I am now kind of like Burgess Meredith in Rocky, trying to train Chuck to do this, which he doesn't listen to anything I say.
What are you talking about? Of course I do. I'm listening to everything you say,
Yeah, sure.
but you keep sneezing.
I'm not sneezing. Either I have bad audio or something's going
Gesso.
on your end.
You keep going gesso. Like
That's
Gollum.
gesso.
Gesso. What? Bless you.
Amber says you're a bum, Chuck.
I'm a bum.
Yeah, that's what you. That's what Burgess.
Oh, that's
tell,
what Burgess Meredith says. All right.
Sylvester Stallone in Rocky.
Amber
You're a
just
bum.
Amber
You're a
just wants to call me a
bum,
bum because I don't like Taylor Swift. So, I'm alienating my audience again.
I like Taylor Swift.
You like Taylor Swift?
Never heard a single song. Still love her. She
she's very popular. A lot of my friends seem to like Taylor
in
Swift.
Santa Clara, and then she donated some absurd amount of money. Well, not absurd, respectable sum of money.
Yeah, I'm 5
to the
minutes in
local
already.
food
This is no
bank.
good. This isn't going to work.
And Amber is going, "Oh, I don't care." Good attitude.
Oh, you don't care that I don't like Taylor Swift, or you don't care that Dale does? Amber likes Taylor Swift.
I like Amber. I watched.
Well, I like Amber's great.
I watched Amber work yesterday, which is a lot of fun. And Amber also, oh, I can't remember the name. Amber, what's the name of the comic strip that you draw live that I sometimes
Philo.
Philo. Philo. Oh, and Amber admits she's a Swiftie.
That's all right.
No, Philo's
I mean, I agree with them. I don't like all these guys that hate on Taylor Swift just because she's Taylor
Amber,
Swift.
when's the Philo show? Isn't that today?
Yes, Philo. Oh, yeah, Philo's tonight.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember what time Pacific.
Yeah, Amber, what time is Philo Pacific? Should I bring up the comments on the side so we can? Can I get this? Can I get injury time? Can I get comment time at the end? All right. Okay, Amber, give us the Philo. Oh, look, there you go. Oh, they all came up
Eastern.
okay. They used to do that.
So if anybody's watching, look for Amber's channel on Twitch. What's the name of the channel again, Amber? Because I suck.
Panel to panel.
No, I'm trying to remember the name of her Twitch channel.
All right, I've got a real problem here. I'm not going to. It's so much harder doing things in Paint.
Yeah, this is why you're going to have to work out your working method. Art Glitch. So go to Art Glitch tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific or 9 p.m. Eastern, and enter into the chat and suggest suggestions for the next panel in the Philo comic strip. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's more interactive than this show.
I like it. My only problem is I never remember what any of these things are. I have to set reminders. That's what happens when you get old. It's long-term exposure to acrylic paints. Okay, so you realize you're working opaquely, not in washes, right?
I don't have time. I mean, look what's happening. It's like, mate, I'm 8 minutes in already.
Yeah.
I've only got like 12 minutes to finish this bastard up.
Yeah.
I think next time I'm not going to like try and do all that I did with the background. I think it's probably better just to treat it like I would do a piece of paper, really.
Okay, it's not paper, it's canvas.
I do understand that, but I'm going to treat it like a paper because...
You can't treat it like a piece of paper because it's canvas. You're
Well,
going.
but I don't need to. I can leave lots of white on it. I was thinking I couldn't leave any white or stuff. I don't know, but yeah.
What Amber reminds us for her method with acrylic, I always do a light wash first before drawing it, so it looks finished when you paint it. The problem is, Amber, Chuck says there isn't a power outlet on the dais with the easel. So
George he bought a hairdryer thing like with the self-powered, but he wasted about 6 minutes at the beginning, like putting some ground on and then trying to dry it because it didn't dry quick enough. You've only got 20 minutes, and I'm already not 10 minutes in. I'm halfway through already on this one.
So last night, Chuck and I offline talked about materials. This is a relatively big canvas. It's much bigger than the canvas board that he's working on now. So I'm suggesting that he try acrylic paint pens or Sharpies.
Yes, and I think that's a good idea. I am going to get I've
He
ordered
could
some.
do a wash or a scumble with paper towels, but he's going to have to practice to see how the materials interact.
Well, I think.
How many minutes in are you now?
I passed 10 minutes already.
Okay. Yeah, this ain't going to work.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not going to bother doing all this background crap next time.
Well, do they make you start from a white canvas?
Yes. Yeah, there's a white canvas that they provide.
Okay. You could put acrylic on a sponge or wadded up shop towels. Amber says,
don't worry, Dale, I've got plans. I've got plans. Don't worry, we're not finished yet. We'll see where we get to. But yeah, it's a very short bloody time.
Okay, Amber says you would have also saved time by drawing with paint rather than pencil.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I should have done that. That's Dale keeps telling me to underdraw things all the time.
Yeah, that was my fault. So Amber, what do you suggest? Blocking in the major shapes first, and then
I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do a lot of drawing. Like this is really just sort of undercolor, and then I'm gonna come in and do it properly, like do a drawing on the top. So this is just I sort of am underwashing really.
My suggestion was that he wash and then draw on top. Amber, do you believe that he should draw with paint? He can use reference. And Chuck thinks that he
I'm using some reference here. All right. I'm done with this brush now.
But I'm telling him he should use his iPad.
Not quite, actually. What's that?
Amber was asking if you can use reference. I said yes.
Yes. You are allowed to use reference. It has to be printed out.
It has to be printed?
But yes, you can't be on a phone. I found that out. And
okay.
But the main thing is that it's wait, I forgot what the main thing is. It was the main thing. I was going to say.
Okay. Amber says, then treat it like a sketchbook page, just a really big one. You throw down a wash, you draw with paint, and you walk in the big shapes first, and then refine. And then
that's
for
what
some
I'm
reason
trying to do.
she typed the word work.
But I'm 13 minutes in, and I can't get the lid off my black paint.
Okay.
It's stuck. Can I get injury time? There we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is okay.
And the trouble is, like doing the lines. I mean, I really think I am going to need a sort of paint pen or something.
Work in the shapes. I think what you need are giant crayons.
Probably.
Well, the thing is, what you've learned so far is these are not the right tools, and this is not the right method.
That's not about the tools or the method.
Yes, it is.
It's more about the method. But yeah, I'm running into all sorts of difficulties I wasn't really expecting.
Yeah, the first thing you need to do is you need to get canvases the same size and practice on those.
Okay, well, these are the ones I have, and this is the ones I'm practicing on. So I'll practice on the bigger ones once I've finished screwing up the smaller ones.
Okay, you need to go to the art supply store today. Amber says they also make those paint markers the graffiti artists use. They
Yeah,
dry very fast.
yeah. I've ordered some of those.
Well, Amber, do you know a brand of those? I'm trying to remember the brand of paint pens that they have at Accent Arts in Santa Cruz. One of the best art supply stores in the Bay Area.
Ooh.
Most of the art manufacturers make some kind of paint marker, but I've used Liquitex. I haven't used a paint marker yet. I've heard that you can buy empty markers and fill your own.
All right. I thought I was being clever when I picked this subject with like lots of red because I thought I'd just paint everything in red, but now I'm realizing that that's actually not really working out very well at all. Never mind.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go. What's your time?
I'm on 10:35. Oh no, that's the time. Wait, you're supposed to be telling me the time. I'm at 16:22. I've got 4 minutes left.
Fine, I'll set the timer next time. I liked it when the show wasn't so much work.
Yeah. Yeah, see, where I went with washi, it's not really dried yet.
Yeah. So,
Right, but at this point, I've done what I've done, and I got to try and make it look as good as I possibly can before the time runs out.
okay, you're going to need, for a bigger canvas, to lay down bigger blocks.
Well, it is a bigger canvas, but I think you're a bit obsessing on the size of the canvas. It's not about that.
Yes, it is about that.
Why?
You're.
No, you just told me when I was this, I needed a bigger brush. All right,
You need a bigger brush because you're going to be using a bigger canvas.
But you can do a good painting on a big canvas or a small canvas. It's not about that.
It is different because you're doing this for speed.
Yeah. Well, I'm also doing something that's more difficult than anything they do. None of them actually tried to do a figure or a portrait. I mean, some of them did a figure, I suppose, but it's much harder. But all right, now I understand. Like, I'm understanding better some of the choices that they made with their drawings. So I was like, why are you doing that? All right, 18 minutes, 2 minutes left.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Good. Hang on.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Started the timer at 2. I'll tell you what you're going to need to put on your easel is some sort of timer so you can watch the time.
Well, at the art battle, there's a big clock on the wall counting down.
Yes, but are you going to keep turning your head to see it?
Well, there's also a DJ saying 2 minutes, counting down, all this sort of stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, you still need a timer.
It came into. Yeah, well, that's supposed to be you.
I'm not going to be there.
No, you don't have time for looking at a timer. You just got to get on with it.
Okay.
All right, I'm not sure if it was good to go with black at this point or not, really.
Okay, sorry. I should have been looking at the comments. Amber said, I would have done a red wash, then painted in the white of her skin and the black of her hair.
Yeah, I probably, the thing is, I picked this, I thought I was being clever picking this image because it had a lot of red in it. And I thought I'll just do like a whole red thing. But actually, yes, I probably needed to keep it more black and white. Okay, let's give us some eyebrows before time runs out.
$30, $29, $28, $27,
Okay, yeah, I've got 10 seconds left. That's
$25,
it.
$24, $23, $22, $20, $19, $18, $17, $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $1,
Well, my
$10,
clock already ran out.
$9, $8.
All
Okay,
right.
brushes down.
All right. Well, I'm not happy with that, but that was my first drawing of the day, and it's my first drawing in about a month as well. So I learned some things. First of all, maybe like that pose, even though I thought it was quite a simple pose, it was more ambitious than I should have gone for. I think maybe I should have gone in and drawn the black outlines first more and then added color. I mean, that's what I saw a lot of them doing. They had different ways of adding color in the background. Some of them would sort of wearing their gloves and just smearing it on.
Yep.
All right.
You need to watch the videos of the other opponents to see what techniques they are using and then see if they are the winner.
Dale, I've been watching the video. How many times last night did I tell you to watch the video?
I'm not
You
going to
didn't
watch
watch
the video.
Watch
I'm not going to do it.
the video. All right. Well, I'm going to try something that's probably got less hands in it next time.
Yeah, you don't want to do hands. I told you what you should paint, but you didn't listen to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Here's a Nina Hagen picture, which is more in sort of black and white. All right. We'll try that next. All right. Well, it's okay. But yeah, I don't think anyone's paying me $500 for that one. I'm actually amazed how much now. I'm realizing like how much these guys got done in 20 minutes. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to.
Okay, your brush is down.
I know. Well, okay, but I'm not in a competition yet. I'm just finishing up the
brush is down.
All right. If I was in the show, though, this is injury time because in the show I wouldn't have to have tape on the corners. God. So, can you stop being so antagonistic?
That's my job.
Like a little more encouragement, a little less haranguing.
All right. My encouragement is, you know that this doesn't work, so you've eliminated this. What I would suggest now.
I'll do it. Well, we'll see at the end of the show. All right.
Is take a break.
Right, don't worry, I've got a whole lot of these things. They're not expensive.
Go get that big Sharpie.
I got like a box of them. I got a box of them in the pandemic, so I thought I was going to do more stuff like
Go
this.
get that big Sharpie.
Huh?
Go get that big black Sharpie marker. Not listening at all. I'm going to read comments. Amber says, washes are really easy to make with colors already on the canvas if you bring a squirt bottle and a big brush. The thing is, the size of canvas that you're going to be using, if it's double that size, you're going to want things that are like small house painter brushes.
Yeah. All right. I wasn't too dissatisfied with that, but I'm as well.
The other thing you could do is you can paint with a rag.
Yeah. Speaking of rags, I'm going to go and find a rag. Because they're over there. Hang on. I'm going to get my Sharpies too. All right. Hang on.
I want to see how the Sharpies interact with the acrylic paint. Well, Chuck wanders off and we have dead air. How you doing, Amber? Quick wellies away. Let's talk art technique. Nah, he's already back, damn it. No, he's gone. He doesn't trust me with the show alone. What was the name of the cartoonist we talked about last night that you
All right.
said was a sellout?
All right, back again. Wait, this backwards. There we go. All right. I'm just going to clean my palette off a little bit here. This is the thing about this disposable palette, is that you have to sort of clean it off in between. Although I do want to probably reuse most of these colours as well. Save the paint. Now, I'm wearing my messy painting clothes here today.
Well, the thing is, with canvases like this and the small amount of time, you're going to need to decide whether or not you want to show the brush strokes.
I mean, the brush strokes are going to show. I mean, that's almost inevitable.
Well, what I should have said was you want to know if you're concerned about impasto, part of the look of the painting.
Yeah, well, that's a valid concern.
The impasto will determine whether or not you're going to use tube or jar acrylic paints. And more fluid acrylic paints will save you time during the art battle.
All right. Well, we're going to go again. All right. Are you going to keep timing?
And we have Emma Denham saying hello.
Oh, Emma.
Hello.
Hello, Emma.
All right. Well, let me know when you want me to start the timer.
All right. Chuck, yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready?
Yeah.
Start.
I'm doing it a different way this time.
Chuck is practicing on canvas panels to see if he can do a painting for Art Battle, which gives him a limit of 20 minutes.
Now, this time I've got a picture of Nina Hagen, famous punk rock.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. This is when you should be painting that area quickly with a rag, not a brush.
Oh, shush.
You're wasting time.
I'm not wasting time. I've just done exactly what I meant to do. Emma said you shouldn't be haranguing me so much.
No, she says, okay, interesting. She's interested in me haranguing you.
She's not. She thought it was very unkind of you to be haranguing me as much as you were.
You're a bum, Chuck. You're a worthless bum. You'll never make it.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to talk about the cartoonist I discovered last night.
Okay, yes. So Dale just discovered Wicked Willy cartoons because he's never heard of Wicked Willy before. Apparently.
Yeah, don't look it up, kids. I'm trying to remember the name of the cartoonist, though.
He's Gray Jolliffe.
Yeah, Gray Jolliffe, and that's spelled Jolliffe, and he's still working, as far as I can tell.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about his age. Those Wicked Willies took Britain by storm in the. I don't know if it was the early 90s or the late 80s, somewhere around there.
He was born in 1937.
Well, okay, then he must be like getting on a bit by now, but
yeah, he looks pretty gray here in the photograph.
Yeah. So he's still alive, is he?
Wikipedia does not say that he's dead. Usually Wikipedia is pretty up on when people die.
Yeah, it's one of their chief.
But I like the style. It's the big nose school, and it looks like
he's definitely a lazy school of cartoonists.
Well, from what I read last night, he colors with markers. Okay, yeah, you should be using a rag, not a brush, to block in these big areas.
What are you talking about? I'm getting the effects that I want at this point. So far, I'm happy with
Yeah,
this.
but it's not, unless you get a much bigger brush, it's not going to scale up.
Did you start the timer, by the way?
Yeah, I did. You have 16 minutes and 42 seconds.
All right, very good. Now I'm realizing the problem with this model is that it's a bit of indistinct here.
I was watching Olivia de Bernes, the pinup artist. She shares videos of her doing her pinup work, and she does a lot of blocking in with a marker.
Well, we could do that.
And it's a big marker. Remember, kids, you always want to paint with a much bigger brush.
Why is that?
It prevents you from getting lost in the details because you'll go in and do the details later. Jonathan Lemon's here. Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, Lemon.
Tina is not modeling. He's working from a reference photo of
It's
Nina
a
Hagen.
Nina Hagen reference photo.
Hagen or Hagen?
Oh, well, I don't know.
All right.
I would say Hagen.
Chuck is preparing for art battle.
Well, I put my name in to do art battle. I went to art battle to see George last night, and well, I thought, well, I could do that, but now I'm having a go at it. I'm like, it's a lot harder than it looks. You only get 20 minutes. And actually, it would be on a bigger canvas than these, but these are what I have.
Yes.
But so far, all Dale's doing is just telling me that I'm doing everything wrong.
Well, no, if you're going to...
No, you're not telling me I'm doing everything wrong.
This is what I learned from the stand-up comedy college in San Francisco. What you're going to do is a performance, and you need to practice to perform using the same environment and the same materials.
All right, that's what I'm doing with the two
You're
materials
not.
that are in hand. I only signed up. I don't have the materials. I told you I ordered other materials, but it's not about the bloody materials, is it? It's about figuring out the basic techniques.
It is always
my money
about
on
the
those
materials.
While I'm still you're the guy that will spend $100 on materials and never do anything.
Amber's reminding you: big brushes, big movements, lots of water. It's okay if it's messy.
Well,
you see, what you're doing right now is you're shrinking down the whole drawing and using smaller tools.
I'm experimenting.
Yes, but what you should be doing is you should be doing only a section of the drawing and experimenting with the tools that you'll be using. You're not going to
I'll be using canvas and acrylic paints.
Yes, but not these brushes.
Why not these brushes?
They're too small.
They're fine for what I'm trying to do here.
Yes, but this isn't what you're going to do.
No, but it's not from like several months, right? This is just my warming up drawing. Like I'm just having my first go at everything with the tools I have on hand. Can you stop being such a twat about it?
My job is to be a twat about it. You told me to be a twat about it.
It's not helpful though, is it? Saying the same things over and over again when there's nothing I can do about it at this point.
Okay, I don't know if we need to explain to the audience what a twat is, but before we do, Jonathan Lemon says, Chuck needs bigger hands.
Thank you.
And Amber says, think of it like an impressionist piece.
Well, yeah, in 20 minutes, you don't have much chance to think about it any other way.
I'd like to ask Amber's opinion. Amber, do you think he should be using brushes or he should be using rags to cover larger areas quickly? I would like to also point out it's 11 minutes and 43 seconds.
I'm happy with that.
I think you should finger
amount
paint.
of time to have left.
I think you should finger paint and use rags.
I think I need to get another co-host.
My work here is done. Oh, for our guests who are thinking that I'm drinking this morning, it's Heineken 00, the king of non-alcoholic beers. Not our sponsor, but it should be.
Yeah, can we get a sponsor?
Who would sponsor us? Now, the other thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to decide on your colors and pre-mix them before the show.
Yes, well, there's something about that is like having a color scheme in mind.
And Jonathan Lemon says if he uses rags, they should be big rags.
All right, he's not as unhelpful as you are.
Yeah, like old underwear.
I do have a big box of big rags. Well, Tina does. But they're her cleaning rags, but hopefully she'll let me use them.
Acrylics, you'd have to dry them out. Wash them and dry them out. I wonder how shop towels would work. I used to always have a big roll of shop towels when I painted in acrylics and airbrush.
How am I doing for time?
9 minutes and 42 seconds.
Oh, I'm feeling better about the time on this one. Ooh.
Why is this one different?
Well, because I learned from the last one, and I'm making some improvements on this one. And when I've learned enough, I will graduate to a bigger canvas.
When do you want to stop putting in blocks of color and switch to line? Because you only have 9 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that at all. Right, my colour's getting muddy. This is the problem with using black, is it makes everything muddy very quickly.
There's different theories about color when painting. I believe what Rebecca Alzafon taught me is the truth, which is you want to
Rebecca Alderon?
Rebecca Alzafon, who was my art teacher in San Mateo, above, was it Redwood City? It was above Harry's Hofbrau. And she recommended that you have as many different color from different pigments as possible rather than mixing your colors. And knowing your pigments and effective use of them, you get these jewel-like paintings, because just the act of mixing colors would muddy them. So if you had
I'm a color mixer.
Okay.
I probably should stop rejecting all the things you say as well.
Okay. No, one of the interesting exercises was she had us get tubes of oil paint, and she would have us cut up squares of canvas paper, and we would make little samples of the pure paint out of the tube, then mixed with our mixing white, and then mixed with mixing black. So we would have a sample of it out of the tube as a tint and as a tone, and then you label it with a Sharpie. And when it was dry, you put it in one of those slide holder plastic pages. The
But
photography.
we got 20 minutes here. I don't have time for sliding things into plastic pages.
No, but it was just a way to learn about the colors of the paint you had purchased.
All right. How are we doing for time here?
6 minutes and 39 seconds.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm doing much better on the time. I feel really in control of the time on this one.
Yes, but I want to remind you, it's going to take you longer to fill in all these color areas.
What color? There's nothing that needs filling in.
No,
I've
but
just got the
it's
details
going to
now.
take longer because you're going to be on a bigger canvas. Until you actually start
It's not going to
practicing.
take any longer.
Yes, it will
Just
take
do it
much
with a
longer.
bigger.
Emma says she loves the shades of blue and yellow together. She believes
yes.
that what you're doing right now is absolutely stunning.
Yes.
And she put in emojis.
Thank you, Emma. Would you like to co-host the show?
Please do. You need to practice using the
Viewers,
tools.
if you're enjoying my work, can you please tell me? Because otherwise, I've only got Dale telling me I'm doing everything wrong all the time.
I'm not telling you you're doing it wrong. Well, actually, I guess I am.
Yeah, you largely are.
5 minutes and 20 seconds.
See, I'm nearly finished now. I went too quick on this one.
No, you didn't.
I don't really know what else to do.
You could delineate the edge on the side of her face using white.
Yeah, there's that.
Tina is saying, I love it, Dale, chill. Okay. Let's remind you, you weren't the one awakened at midnight having to stay up and talk about this.
Wait, you're the one that I was just wanted to quickly say we got a show tomorrow, and then you like harangue me by asking a gazillion questions about this, that, and the other.
No, that isn't how I remember it. You were the one telling me about Art Battle and asking me to stay up and watch videos.
No. That was to make you go away and go to sleep. If you went off and watched the video, then it would have been the end of the conversation.
If I remember right, I was the one who had to end the conversation.
You didn't have to. Everything I did was trying to end the conversation. Then finally you said, okay, I want to go to bed now.
Okay. What really irritates me is that you assume that I wait up until midnight to have you talk about the show tomorrow.
Dale, are we married? I'm starting to feel like we're married with these conversations.
From married, I want
who kept each other up talking at night. All right, sorry. All right. Dale, I love you, man. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. I need to be talked to strictly. Otherwise,
if I didn't need friends, I ended this a while ago. Okay, it's 3:15. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Now you're going to put your signature on it like a big egotist?
I probably should, huh?
Yeah. Now you're using very bright colors. One thing
those are just the colors I happen to have. I don't have a wide selection of colors on hand.
Well,
but that was my technique with the Instagirls drawing. So I was using very whatever crappy markers I had on hand. So okay. I really don't buy into all this. Oh, you've got to have expensive materials. Crap.
Oh, don't forget to put a highlight on the lip, and you may want to make the lower lip just slightly darker.
Yeah.
No, it's the upper lip. The upper lip slightly darker.
Yeah, you're right. I need to do some more on that.
And you could use a brush with white to put in some of the highlights in the leather. Looks like she's in leather.
Yeah. I should do that too. All right, I'm running out of time though now. All right.
1 minute,
I wish you'd give me these
53
things earlier when I was like, what should I do
seconds.
next? And not waiting till like 2 minutes before the end.
I'm telling you, this is something you're going to have to practice for speed. That's why you want to
What are you
use.
talking about? I'm pretty happy with the speed on this one.
No, you're not. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's all I need to add a little more highlights here. I was getting the whites.
See, I used to go to Life Drawing twice a week, and we'd always be panicking at the end of the pose because we were running out of time. Now, if you were using paint pens, you wouldn't have to spend that time getting the paint on the brush.
Yeah.
And rinsing out
I'm ordering paint pens.
50 seconds.
Ooh. All right. Well, this is where it's getting a little bit messy now.
Put a highlight in the hair. "30 seconds.
30 seconds.
20 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Brushes down.
All right. Well, I'm a little happy with that one.
What did you learn from it?
Well, I learned again. I think it's it's mostly about sort of finding the pose. I think I learned a little bit of what I was doing. There's sort of things that are a little. There's things that are ambiguous in the original drawing, in the original reference.
Emma says
right.
to produce that in 20 minutes, you are an absolute talent. Thumbs up.
Thank you, Emma. It looks a bit like Emma. I think Emma must have influenced it there. She looks a bit like she's got a bit of that look. She's not really a punk rocker.
You have fans that love you, Chuck. Get one of them to yell at you on Saturday mornings.
No, I need Burgess Meredith.
You're a bum, kid. You'll never amount to anything.
I feel it's more like Lenny and the Mice and Men.
Okay. Now,
I feel like I'm Lenny.
Did you get the Sharpies out?
I'm Lon Chaney Jr. as Lenny. You're Burgess Meredith. Can you talk to me like that?
No, I've never seen that version of Mice and Men.
Oh, well. He's like...
That was John Steinbeck, if I remember right.
Yeah, John Steinbeck wrote the original of Mice and Men.
Yeah. I was in Monterey a few weeks ago.
All right. Well, that's 2 down. I'm putting them aside to dry. We'll come back to them. All right. Let me find another pose here. It'll take a little minute.
May I suggest that you try drawing with a Sharpie and then doing a wash of acrylic over it to see if the Sharpie runs?
That might be a good technique. All right. I'll try it.
Okay.
Because then that would be a little closer to what I like to do normally.
Yeah. Because I rarely see you paint in acrylics that way. You're usually using watercolor washes over ink.
Yes. No, that's correct.
Yeah, I pay attention. But do you have a big, fat, like, just jumbo Sharpie?
Well, I've got a Sharpie Industrial Super Permanent.
Okay, if this works, you'll probably have to get a big, fat Sharpie.
Yeah, I've told you, Dale. I'm ordering them next week. I'll have all these tools that you keep
You live in
talking about.
San Francisco. Oh God, go to the art supply store. I'll take you to the art. No, actually, I'm not going to take you to the art supply store. I may actually go to Cartoon Art Museum tomorrow.
Oh, what's happening there?
Oh, I forget her name. There's a web cartoonist whose work looks interesting, and she's worked in entertainment. Let me see if I can get her name up. Problem is, I have to clean out my car so I don't get broken into if I go up there.
Yeah. Oh, I've got D&D tomorrow as well, so that's always a problem. All right.
All right, calendar of events. I'm referring to the San Francisco Cartoon Art Museum, which is down near Ghirardelli Square. So you can always park underneath Ghirardelli Square. And it's in walking distance of Ghirardelli Square. And right now they have the Pinoy Power Exhibition, which is a celebration of Filipino comic artists. And
Oh
I
yeah.
saw it. It's amazing. The ink work will make you cry. And I'm trying to find. There it is. Leah Seidman, Seidman. She'll be there tomorrow, March 24th, 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific. And she'll be answering questions about her comics and manga. And,
Manga.
but she does a webcomic, How I Met Your Monster. And Leah Hernandez Seidman began working at comics as a manga letterer and retouch artist, while also writing and drawing for small press publications, prose for fantasy-themed anthologies. Her steampunk romance, Cathedral Child, was the first original graphic novel
Wait,
by a woman published at Image Comics.
wait. Did you say something about Leah Hernandez?
Leah Hernandez Seidman.
Is it Leah
What?
Hernandez? Is she Leah Hernandez Seidman now?
Well,
Who
it comes
are
up
we
on her
talking?
webpage and on the Cartoon Art Museum is Leah Seidman. But in the text, it says Leah Hernandez Seidman. So it could be the same person. Do you know Leah Hernandez?
I mean, I know Leah Hernandez, who used to be like on like Modern Tales and Girl-O-Matic and all that back in the day.
That could be her. But
When is she there? I've got D&D
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
2 to 4.
Yeah, no, that's right. I've got paint all over my mug. If I got paint on my face.
Yeah, that's normal for acrylics.
All right. All
If you
right.
used an airbrush, it'd be in your lungs by now. No, but I looked at the samples of her work because there was a link to her website. I thought I would get out of the house and go up there.
Okay, I'm gonna do what you suggested here. I've got a big fat Sharpie. All right, are you ready to start timing?
Oh, hang on. Say when.
Whenever you're ready.
Start.
I do like drawing more with a Sharpie. It does make life a little easier.
You're holding it wrong.
Excuse me.
I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna come through that
Totally
screen and
holding it.
strangle you in a minute.
You're holding it wrong for a canvas. And I want to remind you, if you're going to do this on a canvas, that canvas is going to have some give. It's not going to be like this canvas board. So you
Yeah.
do want to hold it from the side.
Ooh, what's going on there? That's weird. She's what?
Okay, you're losing time.
All right, understood. Just trying to understand the pose.
Well, understand it before you go to the show.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, I think definitely part of it's going to be selecting a pose. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much people have pre-drawn them. Some of them, like some people are doing things that, like, okay, that's a sort of stunt drawing. You know, like when people do these sort of certain kind of landscapes and things, sort of like with a lot of black usually and things like that. I'm like, okay, that's a certain way of doing it. That's like a sort of practice drawing. But you know, then you lose some of the spontaneity.
Well, the fact that you're going to have voters, the question is, are people voting for the artwork itself, or are they voting for you as a performer?
I hope they're voting for me because I'm going to tell all my peeps to come.
Yes,
To come on
but
to the show.
are they voting for your art or for the performance?
Well,
Are
it
they
depends.
there?
Like, their different voters have different weights. Like, I sent you a thing about that. Like, so yeah,
Yes, you did, which I didn't read.
well, I think you have to read it.
No, I don't. I'm not going.
Well, you're asking me questions about the voting. The answer is all there.
Oh, I'm not
I don't know
asking.
other than what it said in that thing.
I'm not asking for me to know. I'm asking for you to learn.
Well, you want me to stop drawing this and go and look at that, or do you want to look at
No,
that
I
and read it
don't.
out for everybody?
The fact is, you shouldn't even be talking to me during this. I should just be having a running monologue because you need to concentrate on the work. You're at 16 minutes and 50 seconds.
I've had 16 minutes. I've got six. What? I've been 16 minutes already.
You're at 16 minutes already.
I've spent 16 minutes on this one.
No, you spent almost 5 minutes on this.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, how do you want me to tell you the time? In fact, no one's going to be telling you the time. You're going to have to be looking at the
It's a
clock.
countdown. I need to know how many minutes I have left.
Oh, God. Then I would have to set a stopwatch, not a count. You have 16 minutes
Stopwatch.
left.
Yeah, that's what I
You
want.
have 16 minutes left.
Ooh, wait, let me finish drawing that.
No, you want to use a light wash and don't use a brush. Use a rag or something to see if that Sharpie smears.
Well, I'm going to just do the black hair first because that's basically just more black.
Yeah, but use.
I don't think it'll smear because it's super permanent. And now you told me that Olivia.
You don't know what the drying time is.
I think it's good. I think it's pretty short.
I think Amber's disgusted with us and left.
Well, I'll take her on an art battle if she wants.
Okay. This black that you're doing, you wouldn't do this with a brush. You would get a much thicker Sharpie. They have super thick Sharpies.
Do you ever know the comedian Harry Enfield? He plays Prince Charles, or King Charles as he is now, on the Windsors. He used to do a character who came along and goes, "Oh, no, you didn't want to do that." That's what you're like. Oh, no, you didn't want to do that. Oh, no.
All right, fine.
You
fine.
want to do that.
When you're on stage, you'll learn.
I'm not going to be on stage for several months. This is like day one of first practicing.
Are you telling me that I have months of this ahead of me?
Yes.
Oh, God damn it.
and the canvases will get bigger. But I've got to use up the ones I've got here.
Yeah, that's gonna. Oh, yeah, you're gonna buy some cheap canvases. That's gonna add up. You're gonna spend what you're gonna win.
You have to speculate to accumulate.
What you may want to do is
Get a new
practice on
co-host.
something cheaper.
You may want to get a new co-host.
Or just get a canvas and then get some gesso and re-gesso it each time.
These things are very inexpensive.
Well, those are, but the canvases with stretcher boards aren't. Sorry, stretcher bars. Oh, stop wasting time doing that. 13 minutes.
What are you talking about?
You're using a brush and all this noodling crap.
I'm not
Get a
noodling.
rag.
I'm painting in the background.
Yes, but you're doing it the
You should
slow
start
way.
with the background. Have you not heard? You do not know that. You do the background
Sorry,
and work
language.
forwards into the foreground.
You need to do it faster.
How
with a rag.
fast? I'm doing it very bloody fast.
No, you're not.
You just it's not helpful if you just contradict everything.
What I'm trying to do is have you try a different method. You're just repeating the same thing.
I'm not. I'm honing my technique. I've learned from the last ones, and I'm doing things in a way that I feel is going to be more effective for this one.
Put down the brush, get a rag, dip.
I don't need a rag.
God. When you're on stage and everyone's laughing at you, don't blame me.
Laughing.
Is that pink bringing up the Sharpie?
A little, but not much. But I don't know. I mean, that's part of these is that they are quite smeary. I mean, the speed that they're at. That's just
right.
That's
it's just.
I mean, again, if you look at the video and you see what the other people did, then you'll have a better idea of the standard that I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah, I'm not watching it. What concerns me is the smearing in the face.
Yeah, well, we're going to get there now.
All right. This is why you're going to have to test materials to see how they interact with
I feel like the Sharpie's holding out pretty well.
You know, I haven't been to Dick Blick in Frisco in a while.
You haven't what?
Wasn't there like a huge Dick Blick store on Market Street in San Francisco?
Maybe.
I haven't been to that in a long time. I used to stop in when I would walk up from the 5th and Mission garage. But when I'm up that way, I'm usually going to Flax in Oakland for my art supplies. I like Flax.
What do you do with these art supplies? Because you do everything digitally. Sorry. You made me very antagonistic towards you. Do you realize that?
I eat them. What I do is I get them for a project, and then some other person's disaster comes up, and I have to put everything away. I was doing oil before the pandemic, and that put an end to that.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe I should be doing oils. I don't know. I do have a few oil paints sitting around. I mean, you can do oils, but...
No, you don't want oils.
Why not?
The smell.
I thought they smell pretty good.
Are the lips smearing? I can't tell.
They're not too bad. There's a little bit of smearing going on, I would admit, but I think I've got it in control.
8 minutes.
8 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. It's 6 minutes in that song, but right. That's what it's like. It's like rap battle. 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, you in a minute. All right, this is good. You're getting me in a very pugnacious frame of mind. That's good, actually, Dale. All right, I got to compliment you on your training technique. It's pretty good. Kind of works. I'm not.
I think for the next one, you shouldn't use any brushes.
So no brushes.
No, I'd like you to experiment with dipping a rag into the paint and then using your finger underneath the rag. Finger paint, in essence.
Okay, I'll do one more, and I'll do that. And at the end, we'll decide which one we think is best.
Because I'm wondering if you can work faster that way, and also the size of your finger.
I feel like this speed is pretty good. I'm well on the way with this drawing where I want it to be.
No, because you're going to be working larger. I don't think you realize that.
That's got nothing to do with it.
Yes, it
just
does.
like the whole thing would be bigger.
Yes.
I could do this smaller. I could do it larger. That's not going to really affect the time very much.
Dude, I painted for the Livermore Light Opera theater pieces. You think that the larger is going to take the same size, same time, because you have larger brushes?
It doesn't. Livermore Light Opera.
Yeah, it was La Boheme. And they had no budget. All they had was some old door blanks and various house paint, and I volunteered to do the set pieces.
Yeah, I'm more or less finished this one now. That's the winner.
You still have time.
Yeah, I feel like if I do anything else, I'm going to mess it up.
6 minutes and 25 seconds.
All right. Some other things, I haven't really cleaned my water out in between. So yeah, I'm starting to mess it up now already.
I'm just happy you haven't taken a drink out of the water. No, so they didn't even have a place for me to paint them. It was out in a barn in the middle of nowhere in Livermore. And the temperature was just, I don't know, like 300 degrees inside the barn. So it was me and the owls that would poop.
The owls are not what they seem.
They would poop on my work, and I just doodled in paint on these door blanks, and they were great.
I haven't come back as an animal. I want to come back as an owl
to poop on my work. Thanks.
That'll be poetic justice.
5 minutes and 20 seconds.
I don't really need it. This one's done.
No, you do. You probably want to do some highlights in the hair, and
it's pretty dark hair.
Your upper lip isn't dark enough.
It's actually really light.
Okay.
I think the trick is to sort of use the white of the canvas as much more.
Well, that means less things to paint.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I think that's quite important though, when you've got to go it this quickly.
Yeah, you could just not paint anything and tell them it's like a snowman in a snowstorm.
I don't think this is the forum for that. Although I think some artists have got away with that, but it's been done now. I don't think you can get away with that. You can only get away with that in the sort of 1960s.
Well, my parents got away with me in the 1960s.
Did they?
Yes, I'm old.
I'm not sure they got away with that. Just saying.
What about the underside of the neck? Is there more shadow that needs to be there?
Yeah, all right. You're probably right. All right.
3 minutes.
That's the thing is, like, I need you as my trainer at the ringside,
41
like
seconds.
Meredith. I mean, it's like you have to go around. You can't just stand there. But I mean, you can sort of come around. You can spin around and come back, and then sort of yell what I need to do a little bit. That would be quite helpful.
I'm not going to this. And also, you didn't really do any modeling on the arm.
Well, there's some quite nice effect coming there, actually. It's fine. Yeah, I feel like I'm just sort of killing it the more I spend time on it. I thought it was quite happy with what I did, really.
Well, that's with paint. That's the thing with paintings is you think you're doing great, then you kill it, and then you have to rescue it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's not like cartooning.
So my palette's getting a bit messy.
Emma says another stunner and added an emoji.
Thank you, Emma.
The emoji is a big smile with red stars in the eyes.
No, I think those would be hearts, Dale. I know you're not familiar with
hearts
and things like that.
They're stars.
You probably don't see that emoji a lot when people are writing.
Yes, that's because I'm dead inside. You have 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Tina says, very cool, dear, and adds 3 clapping hands emojis.
See, yes. All right. See, I learned some things. And thank you, dear. I learned that, first of all, you always need to do a few warm-up drawings.
Yes.
Second of all, you... Oh, she's actually got quite long hair here. Picking the right pose, the right model. It's got to be fairly simple, like no complexity.
1 minute and 25 seconds. I think you may have also learned that you're more comfortable working in ink and wash.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Didn't I scream that from the start? 59. 50.
Well, I didn't really realize I could just go straight into the Sharpie. Now I know I can do that. That's
40.
Helpful.
You need to experiment with the materials. 30. 20.
Ooh, wait.
10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0. Brushes down.
All right. Well, she's okay.
Okay. What would make it
so
better?
far, I think.
What did you learn from this? And Tina goes, woot woot.
Thank you, dear.
Well,
I think I learned that actually my first instincts of really just trying to keep it like my Instagirls drawings is probably the best.
Okay.
I've got to try and treat my paints more like I was doing it before. I've got to probably clean my palette more between each. I squeezed out a lot of paint on the first one, and I didn't really need all that paint. and I don't like to waste paint, so I'm just basically using the same palette for all of these. But that's fine. That will make them look cohesive. I'm kind of amazed, like how far I got on that one, like how far I didn't get on this one.
Okay.
This one I felt like I was quite done with after one. I'm not sure I really improved on it very much after I thought it was done.
All right. May I make a suggestion? I think grab another canvas panel.
Yes.
And let's not do a drawing on this one. Let's just experiment with ways of applying the paint.
Why is that?
Because I think that you could block in these areas of color faster if you're using a rag and in essence finger painting.
But I don't think that's the problem. Like, I don't think I'm having a problem blocking in the areas of color fast enough.
Well, do you remember how I kept bugging you to use a Sharpie and I was right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm right about this.
I don't know that you. I don't think that was a very hard sell, though. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do. I kind of wanted to do a Sharpie.
Would you prefer if I would you be more likely to try this if Amber suggested it?
Amber is well. I was going to say she's less confrontational, but I don't know if that's true.
Would you be more likely to try this if Tina told you to do
it? Tina's definitely less confrontational.
Tina, could you tell me, Tina, please do me a favor and tell Chuck to try painting with a rag in his fingers.
No, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it, but okay, I'll do what you suggest.
Do you have a sponge?
No.
Okay. A sponge can be a very useful thing to paint thin acrylic paint with, and also put in texture.
I can only think of a sponge as being like SpongeBob, and I don't want to paint with SpongeBob.
You trust me, acrylic painters love sponges. They got to clean them out afterwards, or they go bad.
Yeah, I don't have a sponge.
Remember, kids, if you're painting,
I need clean water though.
If you were painting with acrylic paints, you want to wash your brushes and keep them wet until you get a chance to wash them. Once acrylic paint dries in your brushes, that brush is ruined.
Yeah. Well, that pretty much goes for all paints and brushes, but particularly acrylic.
Not so much watercolor. I mean, you can.
Okay. But even so, you don't really want to let it dry.
You don't want it. Yeah. Be good to your brushes, kids. The thing is, if you look at the work of Ralph Steadman and Ronald Searle, I mean, they used all sorts of things to put down line and color.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's what I was saying with the whole Instagirls. I was just using whatever crummy tools I had to hand.
Right.
And that was working out very well.
But you're going to be large. You're going to be working larger, so you need to work with larger crummy tools. And here's the other thing. It'll look really kick-ass if you're drawing with your Sharpie with one hand and then applying color with the other. Remember, part of this is the show. You're going to be like a pro wrestler up there. You may want to think about how you're going to dress. Because when I watched that, were they all in the same white T-shirt?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'll dress to impress, but I mean, it's messy. I'm going to wear painting clothes. I'm not going to wear my nicest clothes.
Yeah, don't wear an apron because you want to.
Don't wear an apron. I like my apron.
Well, you want to look hip, so you're going to have Tina and I okay your costume.
Ooh, here's a good one.
And you may want to consider face paint. You want your warrior face.
Should I get a face tattoo? They're very popular now. I spotted at least 3 face tattoos during the Super Bowl, including in the ads. And then she has a face tattoo in Dune. Like, face tattoos are really in now.
I've seen some more face tattoos lately.
Yeah, no, they're very hot now.
Amber encountered.
There's one born every minute. Amber, don't get a face tattoo. Don't do it.
She's told me a story. She encountered some people with face tattoos.
Oh yeah, Amber was having a problem with people with face tattoos.
Not that she has a problem.
Sorry, I didn't.
I want to correct that. I want to let the audience know Amber does not have a problem with tattoos or face tattoos.
No, she said she's quite approving of people with face tattoos in general. But if you're
had a problem,
if you're going to go around making a menace of yourself, it's probably not.
She had a problem with 2 specific people who just happened to have face tattoos.
Yeah, which made them quite easy to
whether or not they were matching face tattoos.
All right. Are you ready?
Do you want me to start?
Got a lot of tattoos. All right.
Tell me when.
I guess when.
Okay, it started. I knew a tattoo artist briefly. He was a co-student studying from Rebecca Alzafon. And he was just a superb artist. And he invited me to his studio because I was interested in it. And he had me sit down while he was working on a biomechanical sleeve. No, it was a legging on one of his customers. He was well known for his biomechanical stuff. And he
like H.R. Geiger kind of things you're talking about?
Well, it was certainly an influence, but he had his own very colorful style. In fact, it was so remarkable that I was at a bar and there was a guy there, 2 full sleeves biomechanical, and I went up to him and said, "Hey, is this Paco's work?" And he was just ecstatic that someone recognized the artist who had done his sleeves. And it was. But Paco, he was there tattooing the legging. And this is the first time I've seen someone do tattooing in person and not on TV. So he would work and then wipe off the blood and then work and wipe off the blood. And did you
start the timer, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Did you start the timer, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. Sorry. Yeah, continue.
And it was, Paco did it as kind of a test, and he told me it was a test because he gets a lot of people come up to him and ask him about tattooing who are interested in the art and the business. But that's just one thing that you deal with when you're doing a tattoo, which is it's the blood, and it's something I couldn't do. Brilliant guy. I haven't talked to him in years and years and years, but he was also doing painting and sculpting.
Paco Rabanne.
I forget. He just went by Paco. He had a studio in, it was Mountain View. And then I think he moved his studio to Santa Clara. Nice guy.
Sorry, Dale, I know you keep wanting me to use a rag, but I don't actually have any rags.
You have a paper towel. Paper towel will work.
What am I supposed
to do? Put the brush down. Put the brush down, damn it.
What
Get a
am I
paper.
supposed? What am I supposed to do with the paper?
Use a paper towel
To do what?
to dip it in the paint, and then use your finger and make sure the
Oh,
paint
I forgot to
is
get clean water. Wait, pause the timer. I got to get clean water.
16 minutes and 24 seconds. And I'm not stopping the timer. Hi, kids. If you're just tuning in, this is Earth Space. The person who just walked off is Chuck Whalen, a well-known cartoonist and illustrator. And what we're doing today is we're practicing for Chuck to enter into an art battle. An art battle is a series of competitions that go on worldwide. Chuck's going to try to enter the one in San Francisco. So since Chuck normally cartoons on paper with pen and watercolor, he's practicing using materials he usually doesn't use, because the art battle, you need to work on a primed canvas. So Chuck has done a drawing so far using Sharpie marker, and now he's going to try coloring it using acrylic paints.
All right. Yes. Ooh. All right. Sorry. Yes, that water was like just basically muddy brown paint at this point.
15 minutes. Well, that would have been great to do the wash with.
No, it was like just a murky, muddy
Oh, good
mix
Lord.
of colours. Yeah. No. All right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna. All right. I hear what you're saying. Now we're gonna. Wait, I lost my background.
14 minutes, 45 seconds.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do what you suggest here. I don't really.
Everyone should do what I suggest.
I don't really have a lot of control of it like this.
Well, you'll get it as you practice.
And this is like it's leaving paper shit all over.
Okay, that's the problem. That's why you need a fabric
brush.
rag.
That's why I need a brush.
Fabric rag. Oh, God damn it.
This brush is fine. I don't know why you're going on about it, because this is fine. And I've got a bigger brush. I'm on a bigger canvas. I can use a bigger brush. It's amazing.
You have a bigger brush?
Yeah.
Why aren't you using it now?
Because I don't want a bigger brush for what I'm doing.
You want to try a bigger brush?
You want to try and compete with me at this?
No, because I don't want to be I don't want to be in a crowd of people. Notice I changed that to something polite.
Well, that's polite.
Oh, I want to point out it is 11:46 now.
All right, yeah, this is the last one of the day.
Yeah, and you have 13 minutes and 14, 12, 11, 10. You've got about 13 minutes.
Mafish mushkala.
And you also want to think about color, because
I'm thinking
if you're
about
going to be having highly saturated colors in the background, it's going to bring the background forward. You may want to have the background colors muddier.
That's muddy enough. All right, point taken. Oh, Dale. What are we going to do with you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could read something about color. I mean, aren't you like an illustrator, where you do these color images, like these amazing covers for Goodman Games? Do you just pick the colors randomly?
Doug Kovacs is always on about picking color schemes, but I don't know. I always think his color, he's always got very obvious color schemes, but he thinks that's better. But all right, I don't know. He likes pink and purple a lot. So do I. Oops. All right, hang on. I'm not painting this quickly enough. He really came over and harangued me.
Well, I think that anything you're going to do that's black, you need to get just an enormous Sharpie marker. They have enormous black markers you could use, but you'll have to make sure that they don't smear badly when you apply the paint.
Yeah. Well, we'll try those next week because I've ordered them. So next week will be time to practice with those. Although I'm really liking this Sharpie thing on the canvas. That's working out quite well as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's you really should thank the person who yelled over and over again for you to try it.
Who's that then? Did they?
I still think you need to get it.
Or was it just that I learned after trying to think I could do it better another way, and then realizing that okay, I should probably just stick with what I know.
You do deserve all the credit, Chuck. You're doing all the work here. It
feels like it.
It's all you.
It feels like it. But yeah, no, I know you're making an invaluable contribution.
And I'm just here for the lulls.
You're replacing the voice in my own head that's telling me like I don't know what I'm doing.
I have a dumb question. You're putting down this paint, which is drying relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Do you want to use anything like your finger or your thumb to try to create lost edges?
But I'm getting lost. I don't know.
Try it.
I know. I was always trained by my teachers not to sort of go sticking a thumb into it.
Okay. Remember, these are practice pieces. Do not get hung up on making these good. These are where you're to make your mistakes.
Oh, what are you talking about? I want them to be the good. They've got to beat the others. That's all I'm practicing.
No,
is how to make something good in the time available. I don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yes, you do.
Come up with a whole new way of drawing.
Okay. This is a whole new way for you. You don't normally work this
Not really.
way.
It's just I'm just figuring out which best ways to apply the materials that I already know in a new situation. At least that's how I see it.
You have 8 minutes and 35 seconds, and the show only has 9 minutes. So we're going to be ending the show when this is done.
All right. We got a hard stop, have we?
Oh, yeah. I want breakfast. Wait, it's going to be noon. I want lunch.
And what are you going to have for lunch, Dale?
Well, I ate last night's leftovers, so I may have to go out and get lunch. I'm going to make lasagna for tonight. So I don't know what I'm going to do for lunch.
Now, I always get a bit confusing because this is a model that has a lot of tattoos, and I never know if I should really be drawing those tattoos or not. What's your advice on that?
This is where you may want to consider colored Sharpies or markers for the detail. But the question is, how will they react over wet paint?
But it's more a question of, do I draw tattoos or not? Because you don't really need to draw them. You can just draw the model's body.
Well, you're the artist, but the other thing is you want to think about the crowd that you're...
But they can be quite distracting. Like the tattoos can be sort of quite distracting from the actual figure.
Well, then this is the time for you to practice.
Well, I mean, all right. I was just asking you your opinion.
Well, the important thing is you get the votes. And the question is, Are the voters, the punters, more likely to vote for you if you put the tattoos in? And if it's yes, then you've got to figure out how to put the tattoos in.
I don't know. I don't think it's relevant.
Well, no,
But I mean,
it's,
the sort of thing that you put in at the end anyway, if there's time, I suppose.
I think it is relevant because you're going to have to get inside the heads of the judges.
Well, there's not judges; it's just people voting.
Yes, they're judging you, therefore they're judges.
Do you think they're more likely to vote if I draw some tattoos on somebody?
Depends on the demographics of those judging you. You have to treat this like you're on trial for murder, and you're going to have to analyze your jury.
I don't care if I'm on trial for murder. I mean, my life's pretty fucked.
Well, you're murdering this piece of canvas board.
Oi!
Boy. That's what you get for waking me up at midnight last night.
I didn't wake you up at midnight. I just literally, all I did was send you the link that I thought you were going to wake up, do your morning exercises, go out for a jog,
What?
do all that,
Okay,
come back,
at
check
what
the
point in our
messages.
relationship does it ever look like I exercise or go out for a jog?
I don't know. Isn't that what everybody does?
No.
No?
No,
Why
I'm
not?
here drinking a beer at it's not even noon.
Well, non-alcoholic beer, you told me. I thought if you did non-alcoholic beer, you were probably quite likely to go out jogging.
No, I'm more likely to go back to bed.
How are we doing for time?
You got 4 minutes and 34 seconds.
See, again, this one I feel like I'm doing quite. I think I'm getting where I want in the time at this point.
Okay. So do you think that it is important for you to warm up before?
Yeah, it's always important. The first one is always never as good. Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to warm up for the art battle?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I'll just have to do something the day before, I suppose.
You need to take something with you so that you're warming up before the show.
I don't. I think if I've done some already. I mean, that's the trouble. Okay, again, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, I'll be in the same boat as everybody else. So, I mean, if I've done a bit of warm up practice in the day, I think I'll be quite good.
Not the day. I mean, you have a big piece of paper and you have a marker, and you're warming up before you go on.
No. That's too insecure. I'm not doing that.
Okay. It's a sport. You know you need to warm up.
Now, what I've learned today is I've got to pick a nice simple model. Like this one, I was like, oh, this is probably too. Like normally, my other drawings, I'm like, oh, that's too simple.
What you
But
need
actually,
to do
with this, like
follow my
simple is really your
advice.
friend.
Okay, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Emma is asking when the competition is, and I believe.
Well, I don't even know I'm in it yet. I mean, I went to see George do one this week, and I put my name in for next time. And I could have done it like on the night they have a wild card. You could put your name in, but I bit chickened out. People were like telling me I should, but I don't know. I was there to support George, and I thought, well, I don't, and I wasn't at all ready.
So to answer Emma's question, not soon enough.
I think it's not till May or June will be the soonest. There is one in April, but I think that's a sort of semi-final for pre-existing ones. I don't know. That didn't let me apply for that one.
Chuck, is that a black latex or plastic dress?
Yes.
Okay, you need to go in with some white and bring back those highlights.
The highlights are 100% white, but all right. Okay, how long have I got?
You killed that edge, that rim light on the left-hand side.
I went too back, but actually it is very dark in the reference here, but all right, you're right.
Yeah, and this is something that you would want in a paint pen.
I'm getting a little distracted. See, I don't think I've really got time to go to do the tattoos, to be honest.
No, you don't know. That's why you need to be faster, and you either want to work with a bigger brush, because the bigger brush can have more paint loaded into it, and you're not wasting time going back to your palette. 1 minute, 12 seconds. And don't be so, niggly with your brush strokes. You want to have
Niggly with my brush strokes.
You want to have longer brush strokes, and you want to do them with confidence, because confidence will read as being correct.
Yeah, I think this is pretty confident looking.
You're being niggly with your strokes in the hair.
Takes one to know one. Look, I'm doing the final. I'm doing the final details. At this point, I want to be. I mean, I could have been done about 5 minutes ago.
23 seconds, 22 seconds, 21 seconds, 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Brush this down. And it's 11:59.
All right.
Okay, Emma says, let me know
Will
Dale be videoing it on here? No, I will not, Emma.
Dale doesn't go out in public. He's like one of those people. He's like the boy in the bubble at this point.
I'm a shut-in. No, I go out. I just
not anywhere there's people.
Crowd and noise. One of the things that came across in that art battle was that it was noisy. So you want to wear some sort of hearing protection while you're doing it.
Oh yeah. Chris always wears his earbud things, and they give them out the door. They give out earplugs at the door.
Yeah, you want something better. You'll want earplugs and then some pistol earmuffs. Okay, Emma says, amazing, love the bra, and then she put 2 heart emojis. Oh, those are hearts. I didn't see that. And Tina gives 3 smiley face, big smileys with stars in their eyes. Yes. They're all giving you all this kudos because they're not the one who has to nag you.
I think I'd be quite happy with these as my entries if I'd done these in Art Battle.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I can improve because I'm learning that.
Yeah, you're going to have to do it bigger. And you're going to want to... You're using paint straight from the tube, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You are going to want to maybe pre-mix some colors. But I still think you need to experiment with your fingers and rags.
Ooh, camera. I knocked the camera over. There's Nina.
I'm hungry.
All right, yeah. The first one was like where I was trying to do too much, too quick. Although I think if I went in the Sharpie now, I could probably rescue it quite a bit.
You could.
I think I'm going to.
You're out of time.
All right, but we live and learn. Yeah, I'm out of time on the show. All right, so that was number 1. She's all right. She's I'm gonna maybe have a go at rescuing her a bit. Number 2, again, also I think this bit of the Sharpie might have been wiser, but all right. For my own personal technique, she came out pretty good. I've got to get a bit better control of the paint on my brush.
or abandon brushes altogether.
And do finger painting, yeah, all right.
Or a paint pen. Okay. So there's obviously
Oh, they're all flipped.
There's obviously improvement from the start this morning.
Yeah.
And part of that is the warm up. Part of that is reverting to materials that you're comfortable with. And we'll just try different materials and techniques next time. But you are going to have to start drawing at that size.
Yeah, okay, but I don't know. You're making a big sandwich out of that, but I think
Okay,
I don't think that's.
Just buy one canvas that size and
I
try
will
it.
buy some that size, yeah.
And if I'm
But probably not by
wrong,
next week
if I'm
because
wrong,
I've
you
got
can
all these
rub
ones
it
here to
in.
use.
If I'm wrong, you can rub it in and make me feel bad, but you're not going to because I know I'm right.
It'll actually be easier because I'm using this like big fat Sharpie on these, and I'm like really, it'll be easier on a bigger size.
Well, try huge pens, and also remember you can hold them at different angles and get different line effects.
Yeah, I got some fat paint pens that I think will be quite helpful.
Well,
And we'll continue to experiment with materials over the coming weeks.
Okay. And well, that was a completely annoying 2 hours for me.
For you,
Yeah.
for you, you're just sitting there criticizing and haranguing.
Yeah. Well, it was loads of fun, Chuck.
All right. Well, viewers, which one do you like best? We've got
The last one.
number one, which we didn't quite finish, but all right. I think actually, if I get in there with my Sharpie, she's going to look a lot better.
You could, yeah, but you shouldn't leave these as examples of your progression. Don't go back and work on them.
Quite like number three. I should have. Yeah. Well, again, I just went right in without any underdrawing.
Yeah.
That was a good tip from Amber. Really, I should have. I think her chin needed a bit. I went a bit.
Amber should be helping you with this. We'll see if Amber.
Yeah. Again,
you're more likely to listen to Amber. Okay. That's more like your Instagirls renderings.
Yeah. These ones are more like what I want to do. So yeah.
Well, the last one shows that you've warmed up.
Well, I learned some things. Yes, I mean I'm using the white of the paper. I'm not trying to fill the whole canvas. I think that was my problem on the first one, is that I thought I needed to make everything coloured, and that was very hard. Yeah, doing that hand, I lost it on the hand there. But all right.
I think you need to.
I do want to go in with the Sharpie. I think I could really recover this one if I go on the Sharpie.
No, use that as a reminder that you should listen to me. I really think that you should experiment more with the Oh, here's what you need to do first. Make sure Sharpies are allowed in the rules.
Oh yeah, well we can look at the rules. Yeah. We'll go over the rules. I think markers are allowed. I mean, it does say something about acrylics, but Greg was using like markers.
Okay.
When he did it. I don't think they're that strict. I mean, there's various things in the rules, like no stencils, but the people were using stencils.
Well,
yeah.
I think you should experiment with some. Sharpie has some really big nibs. You should experiment with those. And when you had those,
I think I like her best.
No, I like the last one.
You like this one best, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, the thing is, like, they were the poses. Those were simple poses. The Nina Hagen pose was good, but it was a more complicated pose. I realized it looked sort of simple. I sort of went, I like the colors, but then after a while, I was like, oh, the coat was quite ambiguous. you don't want to have anything that's too ambiguous, I think. This one, I like to pose the colors, but I was trying to do this whole red thing that was too much red. I mean, really, that was like, okay, I need to spend a bit more time on that.
I wonder if those disposable sponge brushes would be useful for you to block in the background.
I don't know, Dale. I'll tell you what, next week, why is it you do the drawing and I'll do the haranguing? All right. Well, anyway, that's the end of the show, everybody. Thank you.
Paints.
Thank you so much for tuning in and all your lovely comments. Emma, it was great to see you. Tina, thank you for being so supportive of my art in so many ways. Lemon, thank you for tuning in. I think you should sign up for Art Battle 2. Lemon's got some great sketchbook art that he's been posting recently. Check that out. And his comics, Rabbits Against Magic and Alley Oop. Amber has her Philo show tonight. Check that out. That's at 6 p.m.
Eastern.
I think
6 Eastern.
What time is it in California?
No, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern.
Yeah, I thought it was 6 Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Yes. And everybody else, thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Dale, for testing my sanity to its limits. Here's the theme tune.
Theme song for Chuck Whelan Showy. He asked me to write one, but I stole from David Bowie. Here's a theme song. Chuck Whelan is the best. We have lots of hosts, but we're